The next interesting way to make vocal sounds is to use pitch bends. First of all, I'll give you an example and then I'll explain how they work. Perfect, so what I have here is the same vocal sample from the previous tutorial, the same vocal, and then what I did is draw in some MIDI. You can see I just hop back into the normal piano roll. Playing the same note over and over again, but you may have noticed that some of those notes sound a bit more interesting. There's a bit of something else going on there, and that's because of pitch bends, which I can show you in the envelopes section in Ableton at least. In the case of Ableton, you draw in pitch bends using the envelopes section, but it may be different in other DAWs. The important thing here is what pitch bend is doing. It's changing the pitch in a way that you can control, either by drawing it in like I have here in Ableton, or you can actually bend the pitch using the pitch bend sort of rocker switch on the far left side of your keyboard. That works too. The cool thing is though, when you bend pitch, you get a whole new sound coming out, a whole different type of sound than just a static pitch. It's still the same concept as before, playing a vocal back faster or slower. But the difference here is that you're changing the speed that you're playing the vocal back. That's what pitch bend is doing. And the results are pretty amazing. Now, an important consideration with pitch bend are the pitch bend limits, which you set in different ways depending on the sampler you're using. But in the case of Ableton's sampler, you go to modulation or MIDI. There you go, MIDI. And then you can see down in the bottom pitch bend range plus 12 semitones, which is 1 octave. So a logical musical interval. Note I can just change the amount. And finally, a cool little bonus workflow tip is once you set up with the MIDI, once you have your MIDI pattern, your MIDI notes, and some pitch bends drawn in, it's super quick to try out different ideas because you can simply change the start position in the sampler. To give different results, but it's a fun way of working, and also it's a very quick and efficient way to work. And there you have it, pitch bends. Thanks for watching.